Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Wednesday, February 11, 2026. Making the headlines tonight with 28 students in Cuba, Belize is monitoring rising U.S. pressure on Havana. Police under fire for protest decisions, Compol responds, and BCWJ to resume protests against VTL for severance. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience with Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
We recently formed MOUs with the American Hotel and Lodging Education Institute, which is the education arm of the American Hotel and Lodging Association, and also with the American Culinary Federation to do culinary training. We're here to celebrate our accomplishments. And this is not about replacing Belizean cuisine. This is about, we want the Belizean cuisine, we want the Belizean richness and diversity. right? So this is about your skills. You all know what you all learned, so it's about transferring that skill.
We want to inspire this career because, you know, it's amazing. You love what you do, right? And it really is something that I think we can inspire other young Belizeans to undertake. And it's now part of your responsibility as those who have received this training and see a pathway for greater things.
Just to put it into perspective, there's only about 6,000 certified executive chefs in North America. There is only 69 certified master chefs in the world. There is less than 10 certified executive pastry chefs in this entire world. And now in Belize, we have 3 sitting in this room.
Heartstring. You know who that is. The one. He makes your biochemical soup in your brain just go berserk. Your dopamine goes, whoops, your never-friendly feeling just, serotonin drops, your heart rate elevates, your pupils dilate, your stomach to tremble. The one when cold front you got a hole. The one where you want to sit down on the island and just watch the sunset go down. That is your heartstring. Well, for all the heartstrings, for all who want to find a heartstring, and to those who feel, well, they are heartstring material. Look out, here we go again. From the folks that brought you the Gatsby New Year's Eve event, you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th. Grand Resort and Residences again, starting at 9 p.m. It's another mature and secure gallery event for Valentine's. It's called Heartstrings. We have the soundtrack to match your feelings. A superstar lineup of iconic DJs journey through the best classic old school tunes just for you and yours. When flowers alone won't do and chocolate's too cliche, we got music, we got DJs, we got the maestro, Stone Jam. Mr. Entertainment, DJ Dalla, Rocker and the Bigger Ford and Frisco and Tony G. I would like to be the only in your life, I want to be the only man. Then we've got a special Steel Pan live throwdown from the Steel Pan Maestro, Alex Evans. No! Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers and, of course, exquisite cuisine for your satisfaction. Sweet dreams are made of these. Get your tickets and get your tickets early. You don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again.
Tickets in advance for only $50. Available at American Closeout on Freetown Road, Alpha Male on Bishop.
Since the beginning of the year, Cuba is facing a severe fuel crisis and worsening shortages of food and medicine due to the U.S. cutting off Cuba's access to oil and intensifying sanctions and economic pressure. Thus far, Cuba has been forced to ration fuel, shorten school days, reduce public transport, and even suspend jet fuel services for airlines. The renewed strain has raised questions across the region of how shifting U.S. policy might affect Caribbean nationals living and studying on the island. Today, Belize's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Education, Honorable Francis Fonseca, confirmed that currently 28 Belizean students are enrolled in Cuban universities. He further noted that of those, some 20 are in their final year. He stated, quote, "We are supporting them in every way that we can and will continue to dialogue with them to ensure that they are safe and healthy and able to continue their education programs in Cuba," end quote. According to Fonseca, thus far there has been no unusual disruption in their studies, and the government of Belize remains hopeful that the students will be able to fully complete their programs. For decades, Cuba has opened its doors to CARICOM nations, offering scholarships and training in medicine, engineering, and other critical fields. Belize has long benefited from that cooperation, sending successive cohorts of students to study on the island. We asked Prime Minister John Briceño if he believes things will get so bad that the students will have to return home.
My heart, cries out for the people of Cuba, and I condemn what is being done to the people of Cuba, and I think there's no justification for what is being done to them. I could see you can have differences between governments, but when you take actions to be able to hurt people, I think that's something that we should all be very, very concerned. Any human being in the world, I hope that something that we worked out, that for instance, they've been shut off from getting oil at that rate. Probably sooner or later we may have to consider whether the students are to come home or not. We have to ensure that they're safe and that their schools are operating and that they have access to food and the other necessities that they need.
How are we handling right now? Are they in want of anything thus far? I know the minister said that they're in consult with the embassy and the students.
Well, the embassy is always in contact with them, and every year I know there's some families try to raise funds to send a container load of goods for them. I always help, of course, and many other citizens. But our embassy is in constant communications with the kids and our students, your young men and women. And many times they could go there for the weekend, or if there's an activity, they go to the embassy. It is we feel that it is our responsibility to ensure that they're safe and that they can get the necessary food that they need and other things to be able to live comfortably in Cuba.
We also asked the Prime Minister for an update on the Cuban Medical Brigade in Belize and whether or not we'd expect to have them continue in the country.
I am not sure, but as we pointed out to the U.S. government, we pay their doctors directly, so that was not an issue. You know that we still need doctors, but I don't know if that program will still be running with the Cuban government. But as long as we can get the help, I mean, our people need doctors and service and access to doctors, and we have to do what we have to do to be able to look after our citizens.
Seeing the intense pressure that's being brought down on Cuba, any possibility
in the Constitution? 3 groups, the Umbrella Organization for Unions, the NTUCB, the Opposition UDP, and the New Belize Communications Workers for Justice, have condemned the decisions of the police which have impacted their protest actions. At the last House meeting, we put their concerns to the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Anthony Richard Rosado, who did not admit that the department acted deliberately to hinder the demonstrators.
The NTUCB has called out the police department for not approving a permit to protest because the UDP was protesting at the same location. And then the BCWJ, they are saying that you all retracted, in a sense, 2 days that they were going to be allowed to protest, and they're saying this is anti-democratic. Like, it's not for them to worry whether the police has sufficient police to put on the ground. It's their right.
They did reach out to me, the former employees of the BTL. They did reach out to me, and I contacted the commander, and there was an error within the bond that was issued, and they were subsequently granted permission to protest.
The error was on the part of the police, or who?
On the part of the police, and hence the reason the amendment was made, and they were granted permission to do the protest.
Sir, but it's really becoming questionable because you keep making these errors and these technicalities to serve your purpose, like with Yellow Man under the charge of to be one member of a gang. At least that's what the farm said, but
the Yellow Man was detained for inciting violence, and the investigation is ongoing at the moment.
Protest.
I don't know what they're talking about. As far as I know, whenever they ask for to protest, we've always approved their protests. I don't know which protest we've ever.
Lately, a lot of their permits have been rejected.
That's not true. I know from what I know about. Whenever they ask me, hey, that's your right. But as long as then that you are within the law. When you saw the last time when the UDP was out there in that BTL and Social Security trying to disrupt and trying to break up the place, so that should not never be allowed. But if you want to protest peacefully, it is your constitutional right as a Belizean.
They didn't allow them in one case, the union, because the UDP had already gotten a permit for the same location, and for that reason they denied it. Then in the case a yellow man not charged, but they noted on the suspect acknowledgement form being the member of a gang, which that's a tactic the police was using so that he would not be out there. And then in relation to the former employees, they removed 2 days of protest from them based on an error for the police department on the bond. To me, that seems all like tactics wouldn't employ against the rights of demonstrators.
I think you need to have that discussion with the police department. I can't really answer on all of these things, but I can repeat again that as a government, we do respect the right to protest as long as you protest peacefully.
After 4 days of protests since the end of January, the Belize Communications Workers for Justice will hit St. Thomas Street again tomorrow, Thursday, in protest against Belize Telemedia Limited. In his last communication to the group, BTL's attorney indicated that the company was still reviewing the case of some 175 former employees who are still demanding severance payment. It informed that it would communicate its final decision in short order. In a public statement, BTL noted that the matter would be discussed at its next board meeting. Today, the Prime Minister said they should get their money.
When it comes to the former BTL employees, as I said Friday, and I will repeat again, we discussed it in Cabinet, that we do believe that they will be paid, and I'm told now that BTL will pay them the severance that was owed back then.
They're still using the 6-year limitation.
No, I think, listen, well, when it comes to workers' rights, we have a very, very strong record and history. Our party started off from the labor union, and we believe strongly, and we will push BTL to ensure that these people be paid. Now, I can't promise you I could give them one check immediately, but obviously because it's millions of dollars, maybe they have to work out a payment scheme, but we're going to make sure that they get paid.
Another unsuspecting individual, this time a minor, became the victim of an attack by a man reportedly living with a mental health condition. The incident occurred at a store near the Belmopan bus terminal and has sparked concern. Surveillance footage shows the minor, who observers say was no older than 10 or 11 years old, walking out of an aisle when a man who was standing near a showcase suddenly swings out his fist and makes contact with the minor, who falls to the ground due to the force of the impact. Reports are that the child's mother was not far away when the incident occurred. Many have been left questioning which authority must address such issues. After the break, Belize City Council withdraws application for increase in stipends for councillors. Stay with us.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
I will never find another lover sweeter than you.
Heartstring. You know who that is. The one. The one. He makes your biochemical soup in your brain just go berserk. Your dopamine goes whoops. Your never-friendly feeling just serotonin drops. Your heart rate elevates. Your pupils dilate. Your stomach to tremble. The one when cold front you got a hole. The one where you want to sit down on the island and just watch the sunset go down. That is your heartstring. Well, for all the heartstrings, for all who want to find a heartstring, and to those who feel well, they are heartstring material. Look out, here we go again. From the folks that brought you the Gatsby New Year's Eve event, you've heard about it. Well, you got your chance to join in this Saturday, February 14th. Grand Resort and Residences again starting at 9 p.m. It's another mature and secure gallery event for Valentine's. It's called Heartstrings. We have the soundtrack to match your feelings. A superstar lineup of iconic DJs journey through the best classic old school tunes just for you and yours. When flowers alone won't do and chocolate's too cliche, we got music, we got DJs, we got the maestro, Stone Jam, Mr. Entertainment, DJ Dalla, Rocker and the Bigger Ford, and Frisco and Tony G. I would like to be the only in your life, I want to be the only man. There we've got a special Steel Pan live throwdown from the Steel Pan maestro, Alex Evans. No! Bring your heartstring fireworks in the sky for the lovers and, of course, exquisite cuisine for your satisfaction. Sweet dreams are made of these. Get your tickets and get your tickets early. You don't want to left your heartstring out there alone. Come together and feel the vibe. Rabbit Hole Entertainment again.
Tickets in advance for only $50. Available at American Closeout on Freetown Road, Alpha Male on Bishop Street, Dessers Closet on Cemetery Road, Amandala Press on Amandala Drive, and the Quick Pass app. Sponsored by the Belize City Council, Belkin, Grand Resort and Residences, The Angeles Press Limited, Rabbit Hole Entertainment, Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Belize Airport Authority, Amandala, and the Belize Police Department.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
The Ministry of Local Government has confirmed that the Belize City Council has withdrawn its request for an increase in stipends for its 10 elected councillors. The request had been submitted in 2024 after a decision of the Council Caucus considering that their compensation has not changed in recent times. The submission from the Council pointed to an expanding workload for councillors to meet rising demands of running the municipality. Here is the government's Director of Local Government, Clifford King.
Every year we go through a budget preparation process, all councils, and this process begins in August, September of the previous year for the ensuing fiscal year, which starts on April 1st. Indeed, Belize City Council sent a submission maybe 2 or 3 years ago requesting an increase, and that was not approved. Now for this coming year, 26-27, it's unfortunate that that matter got deliberated in the public before it even got to the legal process or to the regulatory process, and unfortunately, the council thought that it would have been in their best interest to pull that back. So that never really went through or came to us for formal consideration. That was discussed in the public purview, in the public environment before it even went through this procedural process. So that's a mute matter for us now. Maybe unfortunately, and as I was telling another media house earlier, elected officials at the municipal level, there's not a very substantive or very formal, clear framework for remuneration, for allowances, and so on. There's no standardized system. But we are endeavoring to undertake a huge exercise that we have started. Cabinet has given us the go-ahead to look at the amalgamation of the 3 separate pieces of municipal legislation, Town Council, Belmopan, Belize City, and to put it into a singular piece of municipal legislation, and then to modernize it.
The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry has welcomed the pause that the Prime Minister has ordered in the SpeedNet acquisition discussion, insisting that it goes beyond a commercial transaction and has serious national implications for businesses, consumers, and the overall regulatory framework overseeing Belize's telecom sector. The Chamber reiterated its demands regarding the deal. It calls for modern competition and merger control laws to be effected before any acquisition, and for there to be an independent valuation and disclosure of the transaction details to allow for public scrutiny. Today we learned that the same company that conducted the valuation for the deal, More Belize LLP, was also the auditor for the regulator, the Public Utilities Commission, for the fiscal year ended March 2022, which is the latest report available currently for the PUC. In police news, 2 men, 27-year-old Ryan Thompson and 21-year-old Dion Gladden, were shot Tuesday night just before 9 near West Canal in Belize City. The men reported to police that they were heading on to West Canal when they heard gunshots and shortly after realized they had been shot. They were transported to the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital and are listed in a stable condition. Police are investigating the incident. Up north, 2 men, 37-year-old Camille Bowden and 48-year-old Terrence Lopez, were charged with possession of controlled drugs and intent to supply to another. The charges stem from a Monday morning search of a Nissan Rogue parked in front of a residence in a northern municipality, which we understand to be the residence of a Belize City attorney. During the search, police discovered 10 parcels of cocaine, which weighed 11,408 grams. Inside the Corozal Magistrate Court, both men pleaded not guilty. However, bail was denied and the case was adjourned to May 12. Down south, the manager of a resort reported to police that a guest left behind a firearm and ammunition in a room. The discovery was made by one of the resort's employees. Police later identified the firearm as a 9mm Taurus brand pistol, along with a magazine of 10 rounds of ammunition. Police investigations continue. In other news, San Carlos and Indian Church, which are located on the left bank of the New River Lagoon, are in the southeast area of Orange Walk South. The area has been in the news recently due to their carrot farms. The area is also a big producer of potatoes and onions, and farms in the area have also produced cattle for export to Mexico. On Friday, Area Rep Honorable Hassan Mai shared that the area will soon get a meat processing plant and will soon make a shift to the production of industrial potatoes used for Frito-Lay. Mai said he knows the area will continue to develop and shared plans to pave the road from San Felipe to Indian Church.
And you can mark my word, Prime Minister, this part of the country will develop. And as you can see, under the RRB project, we have paved from here to San Carlos. And the CEO, Paul, just updated me. We have the funds for the upgrading of this road from here to San Felipe. We don't have the money for pave yet, right? We don't see the money, but we don't have it yet. But the CDB seems that they will help us to get the money to pave. It makes no sense to upgrade and not pave. We will lose it.
After the break, Indian Church and San Carlos residents now have access to electricity, and 13 chefs achieved certification from American Culinary Federation. Stay tuned.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. There will also be a bike rally throughout the streets of Blue Creek and Belize City on February 7th and 14th respectively. All participants will get a free oil change. Check out our Facebook page for more details. Love Your Honda is all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquit Equipment Parts Service.
Recently formed MOUs with the American Hotel and Lodging Education Institute, which is the education arm of the American Hotel and Lodging Association, and also with the American Culinary Federation to do culinary training. We're here to celebrate our accomplishments. This is not about replacing Belizean cuisine. This is about, we want the Belizean cuisine, we want the Belizean richness and diversity, right? So this is about your skills. You all know what you all learned, so it's about transferring that skill.
We want to inspire this career because, you know, it's amazing. You love what you do, right? And it really is something that I think we can inspire other young Belizeans to undertake. And it's now part of your responsibility as those who have received this training and see a pathway for greater things.
Just to put it into perspective, there's only about 6,000 certified executive chefs in North America. There is only 69 certified master chefs in the world. There is less than 10 certified executive pastry chefs in this entire world. And now in Belize, we have 3 sitting in this room.
Residents of Indian Church and San Carlos in southern Orange Walk now have access to electricity. In collaboration with the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics, the Belize Electricity Limited, and the European Union, some 150 households in both villages now have access to power. The power was symbolically switched on by Prime Minister John Briceño. Area Rep for Orange Walk South, Jose Mai, said the service was long overdue and added that the area requires industrial power supply due to the industries located nearby.
And as I've said before to the Prime Minister in different forums, and I've said it openly in our caucus meetings, in 2025 at the time, it is unacceptable to have 30% of Orange Walk South without electricity. But better later than never. Better late than never. Today, these people are grateful. They are grateful for this achievement. And as someone mentioned earlier, the plan was not to have the villages connected to the grid. It was a different small system. We say play system sometimes. But we don't play in Orange Walk South, we mean business. They were using household, a number of households, and this one, microgrid will work. And I said, hold on, these are not households. We are reaching to close to industrial type electricity. Right behind us, there's the biggest hotel in Orange Walk South, probably. 3 miles north of us, we have the only center de acopio for export of cattle to Mexico. That generated $12 million this year. Just 3 miles south of here, we have the only packing plant for papayas in this country. And in the very near future, with electricity now, we'll be opening a processing plant, a meat processing plant. These 2 villages provide 25 to 30% of the carrots grown in this country, of the onions and the potatoes.
Honorable Oscar Requena, the Minister of Rural Transformation, said that villages in the South recently benefited from the same project.
That we also have 3 other communities down south that are beneficiaries of this wonderful initiative. We have San Vicente, Jalacte, and San Benito Poite, that as we speak right now, their project is well underway. And in the next few months, we are going to also open up these wonderful achievements. So we are seeing development. And this, my friends, aligns with our National Rural Development Strategy. 2 weeks ago, we launched our National Rural Development Strategy. And one great priority in that strategy certainly is to improve infrastructure. And part of that infrastructure is not only roads and bridges, but also electricity and access to internet to ensure that we can have sustainable socio-economic development in our communities.
With Indian Church in San Carlos getting connected to BEL's national grid recently, only one community in the North Fireburn remains to receive access to electricity. The community is located up the New River from Indian Church and is scheduled to get electricity access later this year. Honorable Oscar Requena, the Minister of Rural Transformation, said the goal is for all communities to get electricity access.
I'm told that after today, only Fireburn is left, and I am certain that with the mini grid that they are building there, we are literally going to see 100% coverage of electricity in the north. Felicidades, congratulations. We have several villages in the south that are still without electricity, but we are working together, the government of Belize with BL and our partners, the EU and other partners, to ensure that we bring electricity to every single community, my friends.
On Monday, 13 Belizean chefs received certification from the American Culinary Federation through the Belize Tourism Board's Elevate Training Institute. Lloyd Enriquez, BTB's Director of Cruise and Capacity Development, said the certification of these chefs adds to the country's capacity and skill.
So this is part of a journey that we've embarked upon to build tourism capacity or capacity in the tourism industry. We've formed MOUs with the American Culinary Federation and the American Hotel and Lodging Education Institute. Both of those bodies are certification bodies that allow persons to build, to move from one level to another. They can start at a very base level and then move their way up, all the way up to executive level. It is world-renowned certification, so they can actually take this certification and work anywhere in the world. But of course, we want to retain our talent, build our talent, and retain it here in Belize.
So you started with 14 chefs, 13 of them made it through. What does this essentially mean for them?
So it was quite a journey. Setting it up, all the logistics in the back end. I want to personally take this time to thank Chef Jeremy Abbey of the Detroit Institute of Gastronomy. I want to thank Chef Michael Harrans of the American Culinary Federation. They were the real drivers in terms of the expertise. They came down to Belize, and they really helped and mentored us well beyond what one could expect. In terms of what it means for us is that we want these certified chefs to continue to help others in the places where they work, to mentor them and to help build the capacity and the skill. Culinary is more than just an art. There's an actual science behind it as well. And what we want to emphasize with them as well is to make sure that they infuse the Belizeanness, Belizean culture, Belizean food that must feature in all that they do. We should not lose our Belizean identity, but what this training allows them to do is to take the arts and the science behind the training and enhance our culinary offering.
Chef Sean Quillen spoke of the importance of the certification and added that Belizeans need to improve their skills as the country becomes more popular as a tourism destination.
This certification, very difficult. I'm a patriotic Belizean, right? But one thing I don't really like a lot about my own country sometimes is that people just wake up one day, put on a scrubs or a mechanic suit and you're a mechanic. You have no certification, imagine going to the doctor and somebody just put on a scrubs and they're opening your heart. So in culinary arts, everybody put on a chef jacket and they're a chef. But the reality is there's no culinary schools in Belize. There has never been. So when this certification came around, this is exactly what we not need today. We may need this donkey years ago because we keep pushing the tourism product, the overnight tourists, and we boast about the airplanes landing. But do you realize that we have to feed them people 3 times a day or more? When people leave this country, they always remember that the people were friendly, the food, the fried jack. So, but we have to keep doing it or do it with professionalism. I mean, I went to a media house, your media house once, and I blasted a Conchel Bay, for example, for sanitation, And I have to be the voice for it because we really we got John Crow belly and thing, but that is not an excuse. People are coming to the country today with celiac diseases and allergies, but we have to understand what that means. Fortunately for me as a Belizean chef, my culture satisfies all these things. Garifuna, lactose intolerant, coconut milk, masa. But now you have to add the science to it. So this certification is adding the science to it. And as I mentioned in my speeches, it's no easy feat. There's only less than 6,000 people, certified executive chefs in the United States. For pastry, there's only less than 10 certified executive pastry chefs in the whole world. So it is one thing like journalism. You just pick up a mic and you're a journalist, but you have to do the work, right? Cameraman, anybody. So certification and recertification and continuing education is powerful, and that's what we got today.
Chef Michael Akal was part of the training, and he spoke of how it benefits him.
This is a plus for me. I feel like this is what I could carry along with me now. This is like my wife, or this is like my daughter with me now, because they were there for me as well. I was attending. I think Sean knew about it too. Yeah, it's a plus for me and for Belize as well, of course.
How rigorous was the training, and how long were you enrolled in it?
Well, now this training is probably over 5-6 months. That's the pressure, There, some of us, even myself, I was a little bit back off with it. I had to catch up with the crew. So it's like 4 or 5 tough months for starting late nights, as Chef Sean mentioned earlier. Going to sleep 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, I think I deserve it. We deserve it together along with it.
And the Belize Mixed Martial Arts Federation is the new sports organization on the block. The federation formed following Belize's good performance at the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation Pan-American Championships. Despite being formed officially this year, organizers had been working since last year to get the federation formed. Israel Vasquez, the federation's president, described what sets it apart from associations representing similar sporting disciplines. Elias Galvez, the vice president, said they are reaching out to gyms across the country.
We are an association focused on the development of amateur MMA. Right, so amateur MMA is a specific rule set within the wider mixed martial arts atmosphere, if you want to call it that. And what sets us apart from, for example, just the Jiu-Jitsu Association, the Grappling League, etc., is that they focus on the Jiu-Jitsu aspect of mixed martial arts, while MMA or mixed martial arts encompasses all aspects such as striking, boxing, Thai, combined into one discipline, right? So our focus, particularly, like I said, is the development of amateur MMA in Belize, but also representation internationally, since we are affiliated with IMA, right?
So what we're doing now is our first step right now is we're planning to get majority of the gyms, trying to get majority of the gyms to join up with us, and so that they can see the opportunities that it's going to be offering to their amateur athletes now. But like I said, we are brand new. We're aiming to get at least maybe 8 to 10 gyms to join us. But right now, I think the only one that's officially affiliated is our very own gym, Don't Blink Jiu-Jitsu.
One of the things last year was that we took members from our gym, and then there was some people saying, we want an opportunity as well. We want our gyms to go as well. We want everybody to represent Belize. So that's what we're doing here. We're opening the floor up to all gyms, regardless of affiliation, regardless of where you're located, to join the BMAP Association, and then by such have an opportunity to get access to these international events, not only limited to playing for or affiliated gyms, right? So we're opening the doors to everybody. So we're hoping that everybody takes this opportunity. Join your gym. There will be no cost to do that right now.
Galvez shared information on upcoming international competitions the Federation will seek to participate in, while Vasquez revealed that training will soon be offered to coaches to receive certification.
The next event coming up is in September, tentatively in September, and this is the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation Pan-American Championships. This features countries all the way from Canada down to the tip of Argentina. I think last year, coach, they had 32 countries that attended. It was Belize's first time, and we did wonderfully, right? So we're planning to try and take more, at least this time, from several gyms across the country. And so that's the reason why we opened this federation. It's also geared toward, so while we're not a promotion per se, we're geared toward development of the sport and implementing all of the international standards that are required to keep Belizean athletes, coaches, etc., on the standard so that we can go out and qualify and not only compete but actually perform on the international stage, you know?
Our goal is, like I said, development, and that starts from the early ages, right? From ages 9 up. They have competitors from as early as 9 up. Belize, of course, is not there. We don't have the kids ready for that. So one of our goals is development of that area. Secondly is development of when it comes to the referees and judging and all that criteria. So to that extent, we have received wonderful support from the International Federation, but also our brothers in the Caribbean, particularly from the Trinidad and Tobago Federation. Mr. Jason Fraser, he will be visiting Belize along with Mr. Warren, who is one of the head officials, and we will be holding seminars for training of judges, referees, etc. Right? So we are looking forward to that. He's tentatively scheduled to visit us in early May, and we will be putting out that information as well for the other gyms and coaches. Because, for example, for myself as well, I need to be certified by EMA, right? So the coaches need to be certified before you're able to travel and compete and participate in events. So we are looking forward to the certifications and training that they will provide.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.